right, everybody. Is this working? Are we on? I think we're on. Let me know if you can hear me all right, because I have a little bit of a different setup today. As you can see, up here's the camera today. This is the songwriting with camera. A little different today. You see the gear in the back, you know. And let me make 2 changes here and we get right into this stream, everybody. Make yourself comfortable, get yourself a drink, and let's have a good time, man. I got some cool stuff for you today, but first, let's have an opening jam. Haha. Here we go. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me all right. Yeah! So far, so good. For the beginning, let me end this loop. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Who's here? Let me know in the chat. Who's here? Hey, man. Hey, Stefan Elegran. Hey, David. Hey, Photography by Rune. What's going on, everybody? Are you having a nice Sunday? I certainly do. I have a very relaxed Sunday, and I decided to do a little live stream because there's a couple things I want to give you an update on. I have a little bit of a gear sale going on today, okay, guys? I want to get rid of a couple things you see in the background. No, it's not the Marshall Silver Jubilee, but there's other stuff I want to get rid of. There's a couple things I just need to, downsize, as the people say. Is that the right word? Downsize, because, gear is piling up and I don't like that. I'm not a collector and I play what I play, and every once in a while stuff gets, sorted out, not because it's bad, but because I have moved on, and stuff can go and other people can enjoy it. I'm not a hoarder, I don't hoard stuff. I feel sorry about gear that I don't use. That's why I don't have a lot. Obviously I have a couple of guitars, but I play them all. ES335 today. Gibson here. Very rare on this channel that I play Gibson, but here we go. Yeah, and a couple things I want to get rid of. Maybe we start with the gear sale, but before we do the gear sale, I want to give you an update. For all of you guys who want to see me play live, you can now see me play live. Did you know that? Because I'll play Berlin October 24th. So everybody who's watching right now who's located in Germany or near Berlin, if you're from Poland or Denmark or whatever, wherever you may be from, I'll play a show in Berlin in October at Privatclub. You can already get tickets. I should probably link this in the description down below. Let's see if I can still do that. If I can't, I will put it in once the stream has ended. So for all of you watching later and not live, you can see it probably in the description down below. But there will be a chance to see me play live with a band, play my new songs, play my upcoming album. And it's going to be the day of the album release too. So it's going to be an album release show. Amanda Felix asking which venue? Privatclub Berlin, which is over in the Kreuzberg area. And it's going to be at Privatclub. It's going to be the release day of the album. And I'm going to play pretty much the entire album at the release show. So October 24th, guys. October 24th this year. You can get tickets. Check it out on the Privatclub website. I'll link it in the description down below. I should have done that before. Sorry, I forgot about that. But there's plenty of chances to get tickets. It's 6 months ahead, okay? So we have plenty of time, you know? But I'm excited about that. So whoever wants to join, it's going to be nice. There's going to be a support act for sure. And we're going to have a nice show. You're going to get a night full of riffs, solos, my songs. We can hang out afterwards at the merch booth, have a beer, talk life, guitars, music. You can bring stuff if you want me to sign any stuff. All that good stuff is going to happen October 24th. But again, I'll promote this show plenty in the next couple months, so it's not the last time you're going to hear about that. That's right out of the gate. That's the first big news. All right, so that's cool. And then about this gear sale, guys. Let me have a sip of water, and then we just continue here. My dinner was too salty today. That's why I'm so thirsty for water all the time now. So gear. Let me show you what I'm willing to get rid of, and I'm going to name prices as well. Tim says, I need to play your 335 as soon as possible. Come over, dude. What's going on? Where you been? All right, so gear sale. Let me grab a couple things, and I'll show you... well, if you're interested, you can have it, because I was thinking, before I sell it to some strangers, why shouldn't you have first call as my subscribers if you want to have something? And if you live in Europe, shipping is going to be not too expensive, so it's going to be fine. So give me a sec. So, I didn't think this through before I started with the headphones and all that stuff, you know. So first thing I'm going to get rid of is the Brown Atom. It's, in my opinion, the best Nobles ODR clone out there. It's built in Kansas, I believe, Brown amplification in the States. And I have great relationships with those guys, and I play tons of their pedals. Carbon X is my favorite. And I used to be a Nobles guy for some of the stuff that I was doing, but I'm not using that pedal anymore, and it can go, you know. It's one of those pedals that is super good, but I just don't use it enough. So if you're interested in a Brown Atom, you can get it at a great deal for, what's the price? $180. You can have it for $180 plus shipping. Nice, right? And then I have another of these UA Enigmatics. This is the Dumble. This is the Dumble version in a pedal. I reviewed this, or I demoed this on Instagram a couple months back. It's a really good sounding pedal, but I have plenty of Dumble options if I want to go Dumble. I rarely use the Dumble, and if I want to, I would just go with the Tonex right now. But for all you guys who want a pedal in a box, I'm ready to sell this one because it's been in my shelf for a while, you know, and I don't use it as much. And again, it's a great pedal. And why should it be collecting dust on my shelf when somebody of you could enjoy this, right? So not a collector, not a hoarder, so it can go. There you go. Enigmatic, great overall shape. No scratches, no screws, nothing. Jeez, my throat is dry today. All that salt from dinner. So the Enigmatic is for sale. Best price wins, guys. Just let me know. You can hit me up on Instagram, or you can write a mail to management@joeyjones.de if you want to make an offer for this one. Fine, because I was just thinking, why shouldn't you have first call, right? And then I'm not gonna grab it. But as you can see over here, do you see my legendary rack camper? My legendary rack camper over there can go. And it is the it's kind of weird wanting to sell that one because that is the unit I played all my viral Instagram reels on. I think it's the unit that helped me gain over 80,000 followers on Instagram. And some of those profiles have, attracted over 2-3 million viewers. Some of these profiles that I'm using. And they are pretty much responsible for all the, hey, nice tone, dude, what are you using? Comments that are in the thousands, I guess, on Instagram over the last 3 or 4 years. So, but the camper can go because I'm still using Modulus, but I'm using the Fractal FM9 pretty much all the time. I did track No Quitter is a Winner, my first single, which you can listen to on Spotify, with the Kemper still, because there were a couple cool tones on it. And here's my little offer to you guys. Whoever takes the Kemper, I will write you a short list of profiles that I use for certain sounds on Shady Bell stuff, on my own singles, and what I used for certain, if I remember. I don't remember all of the profiles, but I remember my 5 go-to profiles. And obviously it comes with hundreds of professional profiles, right? Good shape, not perfect shape. You can see the traces of the screws for the rack mount thing, but it works perfectly fine. Kemper rack unit, it's unpowered, so no power section in there. $550 plus shipping. Right? So if you're in Europe, if you're in Germany, you want to have that exact Kemper with all those profiles on it that I've been using, let me know. The Kemper can go. With a bleeding heart though, but I feel like, why, I don't see the point. I just don't hoard equipment. So yeah, that's it. So Brown Atom, Enigmatic by UA, great pedal, and the Kemper rack. Joey Jones yard sale, everybody. What's going on? So I can see some comments. First time attending your live stream. Just wanted to say thanks for the videos. Love your enthusiasm for Mastodon. And you're taking on soloing. I thought I was never good enough for soloing, but I have finally lost the train of thought and started following. All right. No worries, dude. I love Mastodon. I wore my Mastodon shirt yesterday. Yesterday was a busy day because I filmed new music videos for my upcoming single, because that's another news that you should know about. It's not official yet, but in 12 days, so yeah, 12 days on Friday, March 27th, I'll release my new single. It's gonna be cool. It's a cool song, super singable, super anthemic kind of 2000s rock song. Has a lot of Foo Fighters, Green Day vibes in it, but also a lot of Joey Jones stuff in it, and also a solo, a riff, a solo, and a good hook. Just as you're used to. All right. I'm worried about import taxes in Europe. Import taxes within Europe? What? Have I been living under a rock? We don't have import taxes within Europe. What's going on? Glad there's a fellow lefty player. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna get back to playing in a second. Just let me have another sip of water, and then we can go. Jesus Christ. Okay, more of the 335 stuff, right? So, who in here has the 335? Hands up. I'm going to give you a couple tips how to make your 335 sound really, really good, okay? There's a couple of things that people don't utilize on a 335. And one of those things is the middle position. A lot of guitar players don't use the middle position on a 335, and that's a sin. That's a cardinal sin, guys. You know why? Because 335s in general, let me show you. Three 335s have this nice bell-like middle position, and a lot of people just don't utilize it. Now you could make this even more bright. And the great thing about the middle position on a 335 is you get this awesome string separation when playing chords. This is so nice. It's so chimey on top, right? It's just a great sound to have this. You know, you just roll down the volumes on both pickups just a little bit, and you get this kind of quacky, which is a great and if you turn off the delay, then it's a nice indie rock kind of Brit rock kind of thing. You know, it's nice and clear, and it's not so boomy. You know, 335s can get boomy easily on the neck pickup. Everybody loves the neck pickup, of course. You know, all the blues stuff you can play on it and stuff, but the middle position is really where it's at for me, because sometimes that's the magic thing. When you're soloing, it's a nice addition to the normal bridge pickup sound too. Something like this. So you get this nice string separation. This is so good. The notes don't wash into each other, you know? Just such a good sound. So, and it's really, really underestimated and underrated. But one more thing about this middle position is that right now, everything I just told you is with both volumes pretty much on the same level. But you can get other cool sounds out of that too if you decide to mix the volumes differently. So for instance, we could have less of the neck pickup volume and more of that bridge pickup volume, and you get kind of like the bridge pickup sound, but a little bit weakened, if you will. Now I have like my treble volume is on 8 and my neck volume is on 4. There's a lot more bridge bridge sound in it now. It's not 50-50 neck and treble anymore. It's a lot more treble than neck pickup, right? But it's not fully bridge pickup, because if I go fully bridge pickup, it's that. So sometimes a middle position can also mean just to weaken the bridge pickup just a little bit. You just darken that a little bit, you know? Just for a different color, and it's really, really underutilized. Especially with the entire Gibson 50s wiring, you have 2 volume pots, 2 tone pots. You can do so much with just turning knobs. So middle position. I love the middle position. Tone tip number 1. Tone tip number 2 would be with the 335. You can you can almost get an acoustic kind of sound. Not really acoustic, but how can I say it? Maybe just like L5-ish or something, where you go to the neck pickup and you play with your fingers only. You need a responsive amp or amp profile for that, because what I'm about to show you is really dynamic. So I'm just playing with my fingers now, no pick, okay? And what you're going to hear is the attack just is way rounder. There's a lot less transient in that. That would be a normal finger picking neck pickup sound, right? But now if you pick more towards the neck pickup too, maybe without the delay, you almost get this glassy compare this with a wah. Super warm sounding, right? Another very nice sound a lot of people don't use. Just like picking with your fingers really light and then picking right here, you know? It's really cool. I wonder if that was even more. No, if we play without gain, we'll lose all the. Super nice, really, really cool sound, because obviously the 335 can rock, right? You can dial it in a way where it's really rock and roll guitar. But these kinds of sounds, I don't hear them often. But when I'm playing and I'm sitting on the couch over there and I'm just playing a little bit, you know, staring at the TV, I often go just neck pickup, just a little bit of gain, then just using just my fingers, and I'm going through all these blues progressions, you know. Let's pair that with a slap delay, for instance. I think that's going to be a cool sound. All these kinds of sounds. I could go on and on and on. I'll do that for an hour without even thinking about it, just watching commercials and stuff. 335 kind of stuff. What's on your mind today? Any questions? Any questions regarding guitars, pedals, amps, tones? Any problems we can solve on this live stream that you have with your playing? Let me know in the comments. Now's the time. Let's hang a little bit while I have another sip of water because I'm dying over here. Just crazy. Man. Okay. Where's your Telecaster? Dude, it's right over there. Right, like, almost in arm's reach, if you will. Like, I can almost touch it doing this. It's over there. It's taken a rest, I play it a lot. And sometimes other guitars need a little bit of, affection too, if you know what I mean. When I play in the middle position, it sounds so bad. That's why I skip it. I guess I need to play better to make it sound good. Well, I mean, playing better obviously always helps, no question. But it's about experimentation, really, because I think the middle position on a 335, you just need to find the sweet spot. I think every 335 has its sweet spot in terms of where your volume pots need to be in order to get that chimey kind of bell-like. See, I don't have it in the sweet spot right now. Let's see if we could get it back. There it is. Something like, you could go into the entire bluegrass kind of thing with that, I tried, guys. I butchered it, but that's fine. It's not my style of music. You inspired me to create new tones that I wouldn't have tried making otherwise. Thanks for the great videos. You're welcome, man. Plenty more to come. Sharp Dressed could work. Sharp Dressed, how do you play Sharp Dressed Man again? Something like that. I know all these ZZ Top classics, but I just never played them. So I'm outing myself as a ZZ Top fan, not a player though. I can't play the tunes. I think that's a tune, right? Close enough, right? That's okay. Yeah, so 335, really nice. It's, what's funny about the 335 though? I have this since, when did I buy this? I think September last year, so that's a good half of a year, right? I played it a lot in the beginning, but then, to be honest, it's hard to explain, but when you're used to playing German guitars, the Nick Huber stuff, similar to PRS guitars, they are so impeccably made that once you go back to a Gibson, while the Gibson sounds really good, you notice all these little details that the Gibson just doesn't have dialed in, but the Nick Hubers have and the PRSs have. So there's an intonation thing that's just a little bit better on the Nick Hubers and on the Fenders, and a little bit more of that attention to detail, frets here, frets there, it's just a little bit more perfect. And when you're used to that, it's like a 5 to 10% thing, but when you're used to that, and then you go back after a while to a Gibson, you're like, there's the Gibson again. It sounds really nice. But you go like, something, man, the Hubers, the Hubers are where it's at. So I have to say, I'm finding myself not playing it all that much. I played a little less than I expected I would play it. Not because it's not a great guitar, but just because, you know, it goes out of tune way easier than the Nick Hoopers do. It just does. When you mess around with tunings like I do, the Gibsons are just a little bit more sensitive to those. Then, you know, I have to retune them more often. And usually when I play guitar, I need to do something quick. And guitars just need to stay in tune, and ideally they are already in tune when I grab them. So it's just, you get really spoiled with these German, highly engineered German guitars. You get really, really spoiled. It's just crazy. There's a attention to detail to these things that's just amazing, and it's kind of unmatched, really. Okay, what do you think about clean boost pedals like EP Booster or Keeley Katana Boost? What's the difference between more amp gain? Even the PRSSE line is great. Oh, that's a different comment though. So, okay, let's get into that question. What do you think about clean boost pedals? Clean boost pedals are great. I have one down here. Let me grab it for you real quick. I have the Diamond Boost EQ, guys. I'll grab it for you. I realized I could have just shown you on the computer, but there you go. It's Sunday night, guys. You have to be patient with me. So this is the Diamond Boost EQ, right? It's also a clean boost if you want it to be clean, because what it does is basically it's a boost, a clean boost. But if you want it to, you can add a mid boost too. So there's a switch here, and if you engage that, it means that you can have a clean boost and a mid boost, and you decide what kind of mid frequency you want to push, which is amazing. So that is always on my board, and it's always in front of whatever profile or amp model I'm playing. So the answer to the question is yes, I do like clean boost pedals, because sometimes you don't even need a frequency boost, but you don't. What you want to do is you want to wake up an amp. Meaning you just give it a little bit more input gain, and then it reacts nicer. It's a little faster. It has a little bit more attack, and it just reacts a little better. It's a little bit more juicy to play. It adds a little bit of compression, because you're hitting the input signal of an amp harder, and that often makes it also easier to play. It feels a little bit lighter under the fingers. So I love clean boosts, but I also love if I have an option to make it a colored boost. Namely via boosting mids, because mids is everything in a guitar tone. By the way, if you want to know more about, you know, the entire how to get a good tone, check out my tone course in the description down below. It's a 1.5 hour course on getting the best out of your guitar rig, whether you're playing a modeler or an amp. So if you want to check that out, check it out in the description. And I can highly recommend the Diamond Boost EQ, and I have an affiliate link for that pedal in the description as well, I think. So check that one out. It's a great pedal. Really, really good. Absolutely professional pedal. The choice of the professionals. What do you think about... No, that's not the next question. Sorry. I need to catch up with the questions here. Where are we with the... Joey, I'm looking at a 1984 Tokai Love Rock custom made in Japan. Man! Sounds awesome, dude. That sounds like a killer... Like a how do you say, like a killer, you know, I'm sucking for air, guys. It's Sunday night. I can't even find the words. It's like that's a nice understatement of a guitar, but I'm sure it could be nice. Any experience with these lawsuit LPs? I personally do not have any experience with these. The reason for that is I'm a left-handed guitar player. That's as simple as it is. We don't have the options that you guys have. So I haven't played any of these because they would probably be pretty rare. But word on the street, obviously, is that these lawsuit LPs are really, really good. Thing is, what I can tell you is all the guitars that I've played that came from Japan were meticulous guitars. Like all of them. Like I've played Fender Japan stuff, like 80s Fender Japan stuff. I played like the FGNs, which are from Japan, at least the early ones were. So everything I've ever played that came from Japan, including cars too. Cars from Japan are very reliable too. They last forever. So just go for it, man. If the thing is, if you don't like that guitar, if you probably get it from Reverb or Craigslist or something. If you get it and you happen to not like it, you can easily sell them again, because word on the street is these are good guitars. So I'd say go for it. Life is short. It is what it is. Try it. What can possibly go wrong? What do you think about Seymour Duncan mini humbuckers for Telecaster? Dude, no idea. Never played them. I'm sorry. Which one would you choose for metal and classic rock? You don't have to have a specific pickup for any music genre. I don't believe in that. I do believe in a sip of water because my dinner was too salty, but pickups are okay. Shall I get into this? Shall I do a hot take, guys? You can disagree with me. Is that fine? We do a hot take on the pickup topic, okay? So I know for a fact, because you guys tell me on a regular basis in comments and in messages and mails you're writing to me. I appreciate all of these. I know from you guys, you love my Telecaster pickups, right? And my custom shop Telecaster has the no-caster pickups in them. So the thing is, in my opinion, pickups are a little bit, how can I say? Different pickups are a little bit. No, let me phrase it differently. So, expecting a different set of pickups to totally change around your guitar is something that I think is a little bit unrealistic. Why? Because I have actually never experienced that in 27, 28 years of playing guitar. I've changed pickups a lot. Now, obviously, if you're switching from a jazz pickup to an EMG, that will be night and day difference, obviously. But usually, pickup changes go like this. You have a vintage voiced pickup set in your guitar, and you want to change that for another vintage voiced pickup set. Meaning, you're changing one pickup for a very similar built pickup, just from a different brand. Word on the street was there was a brand XY that you really, really liked, and there was, pickups that somebody recommended to you, and they were just the better vintage pickups. Now, my experience is pickup sounds, so vintage voiced pickups, let's say take a Fender pickup, Fender custom shop pickup, Telecaster, right? And then you take Kinman Telecaster pickups, or Klopman Telecaster pickups, or Ember Telecaster pickups, or whatever you have, right? The difference will not be as significant as you think it is. So my hot take would be, if you need a pickup for a specific genre, I think you're looking at the wrong spot, maybe. Maybe what you should do is maybe look at what kind of amp pedals and stuff are you playing, because that's way more leverage into getting getting a better tone. A pickup will just always, just amplify what the strings are doing, So for me, pickup changes, while they do change the sound of your guitar, they change it in a very marginal way. Unless you change for like a drastically different pickup, like from a vintage pickup to an EMG 81. That's night and day difference for sure. But, going from one PAF type to another PAF type, or from one 51 no-caster replica to another 51 no-caster replica, will make like a 5% difference, maybe. Or the other option could be, I just don't hear it. The Telecaster pickups I have, the custom shop ones, they're great. But I have this video on my channel, I don't know if you've ever watched it, where I compare level matched my custom shop Telecaster to the Player Series 2 Telecaster that costs $700 and has completely different Fender pickups in it. And you can hear there's a difference, but it's maybe like a 5 to 10% difference. Meaning, if you double track that sound and recorded it with bass and drums, it's over. You don't hear the difference anymore. You only hear the difference when you're playing for yourself, which is a valid point. But that means very, very long way to answer a very, very short question. If you want to play rock, just rock, man. Play with whatever pickup you like. If you like classic rock or, heavy metal from the 90s, 80s, go with what they used to play back then, like a Hot Alnico 2, like a Seymour Duncan, Jeff Beck, or something like that. But you could also, I play everything from blues to rock to metal. I tune down to drop B sometimes and play the most absurd heavy rock shit, right? And I played with 58 PAF replicas with 7.8 kilo ohms output. So super low output pickups, but the sound is absolutely huge. That just goes to show that you can use whatever. I mean, they all have their place in the guitar world, and obviously DiMarzio Super Distortion sounds different than your typical PAF, but that doesn't mean I couldn't do absurd stuff with just the PAF replica. I always vouch for going with low output pickups just because with them you can do anything. If you have a Super Distortion by DiMarzio, low gain sounds will not sound cool. But if you have a low gain or low output pickup like a PAF, you can drive the shit out of the thing and it sounds amazing. So go with low output pickups. You can do whatever you want. Just my take. Feel free to disagree in the chat. It's fine. We can have a discussion about this. It's Sunday night. What better way to end a Sunday? All right. That was a very long-winded answer. I'm sorry. So what do you think of the vintage brand? Have no experience with vintage. Can't say anything about that. So I don't know. Have you ever had the chance to play a Mayon's guitar? They're from Poland, right? Or maybe Czech Republic? Not sure. Eastern Europe, I'd say. I have never played one of those. Can't say anything about them. But it's, I think they're metal guitars, right? So I probably wouldn't be the right audience anyway. I really miss the old Maxon 808s. I had one and it was stolen from me. Oh no, forever mad about that. Maxon 808, super nice pedal, really, really nice. But super fun story about these 808s. There's a cult about these old 808s, like the TS8s, the TS9s, and then the Maxon 808s, the old ones. And there are cork sniffers out there who claim that the old ones sound a lot better. They're way better. They had the better chips, and they just have that certain magic about them. Word is out in the street that's the case. The fun thing is, when you talk to Josh Scott from JHS Pedals, and sometimes I text with Josh on Instagram, the thing is, he thinks it's bullshit, and I think it's bullshit too. So, but if I think it's bullshit, that doesn't mean anything. But if Josh Scott from JHS Pedals says it's bullshit, then I think the god of pedals just spoke to me and validated my opinion. That's what I think. How do you set up your signal chain? Asks Alexandru Dan Pop. Oh, that's hard. How do you set up your signal chain? So right now, I basically have a guitar over here, and I go into my pedal board, and the pedal board goes in the Fractal FM9, which is kind of silly. I know that. It's kind of silly, but sometimes I need certain pedals because the Fractal can do almost everything, but there are certain pedals the Fractal cannot do properly. So for instance, my favorite delay of all time, the Halo by Keeley. There is a patch for that in the FM9, but it doesn't sound like the pedal. The pedal sounds glorious, and the FM9 doesn't do it justice. So sometimes I need a specific sound from one of my pedals, and then I do the silly thing. I plug my pedal board into the Fractal FM9, which is a little bit silly, but there you go. So I have the drives, my real drives, like this one, in front of the Fractal FM9, and all my time-based effects go in the effects tube of the FM9. I have a stereo signal out of the FM9 into my interface. This is the Apollo X4 right here, and that's what you're hearing. So, not a super hard or a super complicated setup, but it could be easier if it wasn't so silly with the effects. Right. What else? Guys, do you want to hear another jam before I go into more questions, or should we do more questions first? Because there's a lot more questions here. I could do a jam in the middle. Should we do a quick jam? What are you thinking? Come on. Maybe let's get to one more. Boss GE Sim works great as a clean boost. True. I hate capos. What's your stance on not growing up and drop tuning like a man and play Gen? Not sure I understand the question. What's your stance on not growing up and drop tuning like a man? Not sure what you mean, man. Maybe it's me. So do you use an analog pedal with a digital pedal board? I just answered that. Yeah, for sure. And I think let's jam before we go into more questions. I'll get to all the questions, guys, but let's have a jam in the middle. I'll play a little bit, okay? A little bit more 335 stuff. What are you thinking? Let's do something different. We've done enough with the old backing track. Let's do something new here. All right. I guess. What can we do here? So, something in me wants to play AC/DC stuff. I'm not sure why. Why that happens with the 335. What's your favorite AC/DC riff? Shall we do some... Let's do some AC/DC stuff. I'm a huge AC/DC fan. So, let's get rid of that delay. Let's get rid of that drop tuning. Oh, I just love tuning Gibsons. It's such fun. So, here's the thing. When I play Gibsons, I want to play AC/DC for some reason. Especially when I have that much gain going. Riff quiz. What's that song? You need to know what that is. That should be in your riff library in your head. That you know, that's just a classic. That's Riff Raff by AC/DC. One of the best riffs ever. Riff Raff is one of the best riffs ever. Let's do another one. It's even sounding authentic because it's out of tune, just like all the AC/DC albums. So again, what's that song? You need to know this. Guys. And it goes like this. Out of my way on a running high. Get amazed at me and I give it a try. Come on, guys. You're sleepy over there in the chat. It can't be. You know what that is. That's AC/DC. Walk all over you. What's going on, man? You don't know any AC/DC tunes? That's sad. That's really sad. I love it. I love to play AC/DC with Gibsons. When I hear that Gibson sound, I immediately want to go into the, you know... Just love it. Just love it. Mark Honey says, Josh Humme, Queens of the Stone Age. What? We all know you love Queens of the Stone Age. That's true. I love Queens of the Stone Age. But I'm not in Queens of the Stone Age tuning, to be honest. But obviously the choice would be to go. Queens of the Stone Age, just absolute gods. There's so much good Queens of the Stone Age stuff. It's just crazy. All right. Do we have any more 335 related questions, guitar related questions? If not, we're just gonna go through the chat questions here. Next one would be drop B tele with a string slap in the frets. Not having that 24th fret is sick. Dude, I've never played a 24 fret guitar, and I'm pretty sure you don't need it if you want to go down to drop B. It's no problem with a vintage pickup and a set of 10s. 10 to 46 is all I need to go down to drop B and play a nice riff. I promise. Next question here. I'm building my own music career and play a Telecaster with a NUX MG30 into a Fender Twin Reverb. I'm chasing a very balanced tone where every string sits evenly. Sounds like you need compression. I like clean tones for funky pop rhythms with full mids, but I don't want a tube screamer to jump out too harsh. Clean boost always confused me. Should it be always on or not? No, it shouldn't be always on. That's not a rule of thumb. If you're into very balanced, even tones, and you like clean tones for funky pop rhythms with full mids, but you don't want a tube screamer to jump out too harsh, it sounds like what you want is compression. Let me show you. Whenever I hear some guitar players say he wants an even sound, that usually makes me think of compression, and compression is a very misunderstood effect in the guitar world. So, can I pull this off? Maybe I'm not sure. Can I show you my browser? Is that possible? Yeah. That works. I'll show you something. Maybe not. Or maybe yes. Or maybe no. I'll show you a couple pedals that are really good for that. So here we're at Thomann, and there's something called the Diamond Compressor. It's one of the best pedals you could ever play if you want an even, clean sound. And it's basically this one. I was just struggling because it looks different now, but this compressor is so crazy good. It's really just the best compressor I've ever played. What it does is it evens out all your strings, so all the strings have the same volume. So when you're playing full chords, you hear every string within the chord super pronounced. But since it's compression, so it dials down the highest, just the highest peaks of volume. You never pop out of the mix. So from reading your comment, I think that's what you need. So my best solution here would be Diamond Guitar Compressor, because it's just so good. But it says compressor EQ. They changed some of their stuff, but this is just still the best. Or just go with that Wampler Mini Ego. It's also just the Ego compressor or the Mini Ego. Both are just great. They both sound so good. It's just amazing. So that's what you need. Pretty nice, huh? All right. Back we go. What else do we have in the chat, guys? Taps on B string 6915. What? A lot of stuff in the chat that I don't get today. What else do we have? My style is super different from Joy's, but I still enjoy his stuff. What is your style, guys? Are you all metalheads? And if yes, how did you happen to subscribe to Joey Jones? Because I never play metal stuff. What's the reason to use another tuning? Can't be just to get lower notes. Yes. That's pretty much exactly why you do it. So there's two reasons, I feel like. One is to get lower notes, because lower notes drone differently. There's different resonant frequencies you can get out of a guitar by tuning it down. So that's the one thing. The droning, when you're tuned in standard E, you can't play a low C. It doesn't work because your lowest note is an E. But a low C sounds really good with the right sound. I could demo that for you, but I think it's pretty obvious. And then the other thing is, this is pretty overlooked. Certain chord voicings are almost unplayable in standard tuning. So sometimes you tune to an open chord, like an open C, an open D, DAD-GAD, just to have the possibility to play tunings you otherwise couldn't play, with a lot of open strings in between, nice chord voicing that are pretty much unplayable because they would be too far away on the fretboard, So that's another reason why you would actually change to a different tuning. Right. Do you know Heiko Chepkin, Turkish artist? No, sorry. Probably not my niche. I just own a Telecaster and bumped into you channel looking for a tone that worked. And did it work? I hope it worked. I'm a metal gent guy, but I'm subscribed to you because I'm building my own Tele and I want to get more into your style of playing. Hey man, that's great. That's great. You're in for a treat here. It's gonna be nice. I love rock. It does not matter what kind. Same, dude. I listen to everything from John Mayer to to the metal guys out there. Do you know the 90s metal band Entombed? I think it's a Swedish band. I just listened to Entombed this morning. That's brutal metal. I don't do that regularly because I'm not a metalhead. I think the heaviest music I regularly listen to would probably be something like Mastodon or Metallica, but I'm not going any heavier usually. All right. Run Pick Run asks, hey, did you sell your THC? I did. I actually did. And I, again, did it with a bleeding heart. I have this thing, guys. I mentioned it before for those of you who have joined later. So I'm selling a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff. I'm selling 2 pedals here. Brown Atom, if you're interested. 180. 180 for that in Europe. And UA Enigmatic, best price wins. Message me on Instagram or via email, management@joeyjones.de. And I'm selling my rack camper over there. The rack camper, the legendary rack camper that did all the Instagram videos I ever did. Yeah, so the THC thing, I love the THC. I enjoyed that amp so much, but I ended up finding a sound in the Fractal FM9 that was so freaking close to it that at the end of the day, because I'm lazy and I don't want to, change my rig in here all the time, and the cabling, that I just use the FM9 more. And then for 3 months, 4 months, the THC just, gathered dust over there on the shelf. And I always have that thing with gear. If I don't use it, I feel sorry for it because I always feel like somebody else could enjoy this. And it's just standing here and I'm not using it. And I always feel bad about it. So I get rid of that kind of stuff. So I'm not getting rid of the Kemper because I don't like the sound. I'm getting rid of the Kemper because it's been standing over there. I'm just not using it. And I feel like somebody is going to enjoy this. And somebody is going to like the profiles on there. There's so much cool stuff. Michael Britt and Top Jimmy stuff and Amp Central profiles, all that cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff on there. It's gonna hurt to sell that thing, but again, I'm not playing it, so why can't somebody else enjoy it? It's all just bored in live anyway. If you want to, take it philosophical. So I also try compression to balance my playing. It works for softer picking, but when I play Edge of Breakup, it shaves off some mids and upper harmonics. Yeah, that's what compression does, but playing a completely even, clean sound like you want it always comes with the price, and you have to decide if that's worth it to you, because the price will be less dynamics, obviously, and a little bit less harmonics too. Jim asks, I have to constantly consider the bassist and vocalist when opting for another. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's true. But since I'm the singer, too, I don't have to consider somebody else. I just have to consider me. Let me just say, Jim, if you're the vocalist and the guitar player, it comes with a lot of advantages, and that is one of them. Okay. Any more questions, guys? My guitars sound a bit out of tune when playing drop more than half stop. Not sure why. Out of tune when playing drop, that's probably your string tension, man. You're probably playing 9s and the strings are too thin to hold low tuning. And then you just need to level up 1 gauge. Okay. Let's do, we're already an hour in. I think I told you guys everything I wanted to tell you tonight, and I answered a lot of questions. I have a gear sale going on. I just told you about that. I do a show in Berlin on October 24th. It's going to be my first live show in a longer time, unless there's somebody booked before that. But October 24th, Berlin, Privatclub, Joey Jones album release show. Anybody want to come by? Anybody from, Denmark, Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, wherever you're from? October 24th, Saturday, is when my, no, that must be a Friday, right? Is when my album drops and when the show is going to be. And it's going to be nice. I'll play with band, play my entire album probably. It's going to be a night full of riffs, hooks, solos, and we're going to have a good time afterwards. Going to have some beers at Privatclub, going to stand at the merch booth, and we're going to take pictures if you want to. And we just talk guitars and amps and life and favorite riffs and bands and whatever you want to chat. Go grab a ticket. I'll link it in the description down below after the chat. I forgot to do it before starting the stream. And you can also get it via Instagram and on the Privatclub website. Yeah, man, let's do a closing jam here. And then we call it a Sunday. What do you guys think? Oh, I can see that. Run Pick Run says, ich komme. That's nice. I'm looking forward to that. Check the Privatclub website. I'm already on there. You can buy a ticket, and I'm looking forward to everybody who's joining. Let me know who you are there, and we're gonna have a nice time. It's gonna be great. Do you go live on Sundays regularly? No. It's not always Sunday. It's pretty impromptu whenever it fits, you know. There's a life I have to live outside of YouTube, and it doesn't allow for a regular stream time. But I usually upload one to 2 times a week in terms of YouTube videos. So I guess there's a lot of stuff you can watch, even though I'm not streaming on a Sunday. All right, guys. Outro jam. Let's go. Happy Sunday, guys. See you next week.